the ad hoc committee that was spoken to by the majority leader that's supposed to be formed in the afternoon, Mr. Speaker, shall be done by a selection committee, Mr. Speaker. The selection committee, he is the chairman of that committee, Mr. Speaker. My party, which sits in this house, Mr. Speaker, has no membership of that selection committee, Mr. Speaker. So I'm wondering how he's going to form an ad hoc committee without having membership from all sides of the house, Mr. Speaker.
No,
Secondly, Mr. Speaker,
that probably is not factual, Honorable Junet.
Mr. Speaker, I know.
That's probably not factual because a select committee need not necessarily be formed by a selection committee.
But Mr. Speaker,
that's what I'm saying. But proceed anyway because you are actually prosecuting your case very well.
I can tell you for sure that there is no membership from our side in any committee that will be formed for now in the near future, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, no, Mr. Speaker, why are you?
You know, I do not know why you are making the members very excited. Now let me see if we can. Let's hear what is prosecuting. Then if we still think we are not clear, then we will.
In this house, the last time, Mr. Speaker.
What's your point of order, the leader? Because really, I wanted the Honorable Junet to be heard fairly.
Mr. Speaker, you have heard Honorable Junet, the de facto spokesperson of Baba, saying, I want to tell this house that there will be no committee that will be formed, either ad hoc or otherwise, from their side. Speaker, the only person, as per the standing orders, who can make that definite statement is the leader of minority, who is Honorable John Bandi. Speaker, are we seeing a coup within the opposition? That Honorable Junet wants to take over a legitimate office of another member through a coup.
Honorable Junet, proceed. I can see you have only some 3 minutes. I don't want.
Mr. Speaker, I'm holding brief for the minority leader, Mr. Speaker, who is away on an official business for the party. Mr. Speaker, the last time we discussed. Mr. Speaker, the last time we discussed amendments to a bill or an election, like one we are about to discuss, Mr. Speaker, in the 11th Parliament, Mr. Speaker, was a very important matter, Mr. Speaker. I remember we formed a bipartisan party, Mr. Speaker, where even I served, Mr. Speaker. The issue was so important, Mr. Speaker, not the way it is being handled casually like this, Mr. Speaker, that because you have numbers, you can just bring amendments to the House, Mr. Speaker, and you expect them to go through, Mr. Speaker. These are very important matters to this country, Mr. Speaker. This is changing the rules of the game in the middle of the game, Mr. Speaker. And I'm sure, as if I had Jubilee very clear, they said the president won the election, Mr. Speaker. If he has won, you don't need to change the rules, Mr. Speaker. The rules should remain the same, and he will still win with the old rules that he used, Mr. Speaker. What is this that has necessitated, Mr. Speaker, the rules to be changed midway if Honorable Duale is aware that, or is confirming that the president won, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, under Article 10 in the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, under values and principles, Mr. Speaker, when Parliament is enacting a law, Mr. Speaker, they must regard the matter of national unity, Mr. Speaker. We have to address ourselves to these amendments, whether they are enhancing unity, Mr. Speaker, or they are going to create disunity, Mr. Speaker. Because for sure, and from the instructions that I have, Mr. Speaker, we are not going to allow these amendments to go anywhere, Mr. Speaker. I can tell you for free. Mr. Speaker, these are very important issues that should be canvassed in a bipartisan manner, Mr. Speaker. Can you protect me from my grandfather, Jimmy Angwenyi, Mr. Speaker? Jimmy Angwenyi is a grandfather, Mr. Speaker.
Order, Honorable Junet. I would have wanted to protect you. But you see, you are completely wading into the merits of the bills that will come. And yet we had agreed that we really need to only talk to
So I'm coming back to Mr. Speaker
the reduction of the period.
I stand guided.
Now, this particular motion. And by the way, you only have less
5 minutes.
Less than a minute.
So, Mr. Speaker, these issues, I don't support this motion because, Mr. Speaker, these issues are grievous matters, Mr. Speaker, to this country. Mr. Speaker, I request the majority leader to shelve this bill. Let us discuss it in a bipartisan manner, Mr. Speaker. Let us look at the merit of the issues that they want to bring. And Mr. Speaker, ordinarily, the people who should be bringing amendments of this nature are IEBC, Mr. Speaker. They should be the originators of these matters, Mr. Speaker, because they are the ones who are going to conduct the election, Mr. Speaker. Unless Jubilee wants to be a player and at the same time want to conduct the election and the referee, Mr. Speaker.
Now, your time is over.
No, it's still
your time is over.
No, it's still on, Mr. Speaker.
No. I added you a minute. The time is over.